It's the How's This Good for Anybody podcast. Starring Rich DiPalentino, Steve Yardumian, and Tommy Leahy.
I guess that's the only way you can end that.
That's true.
Yeah,
that
you guys have an air fryer? Speaking of tenderized.
It's a Christmas gift that my mother has yet to mail me.
I don't have
5
one.
months later.
You can put a lot of stuff in an air fryer.
My mom
talked about
my mom
this last
told me
week.
I was getting an air fryer.
Do you have an air fryer?
In December. And she's like, I'll mail it to you. You know what I got instead? I got a Dutch oven.
Oh.
Like the...
Oh, where you
An enamel
fart
coated-
under the covers?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
An enamel-coated Dutch oven.
Mom was like, Merry Christmas, Adam.
That's
Yeah,
anticlimactic.
that's
Gotta break out the charcoal underwear.
Wait, so you had a Dutch oven? What, you just put that over like an open flame, open fire?
Yeah, you can just heat it up, throw it in the oven, do whatever.
What do you want to do? Team meeting?
I'm
Is
thinking
that our
of,
segment? Is that a new
I'm
segment?
thinking of future segments. I just had this great segment idea.
Hang on, Tommy's having Tommy's having a nervous breakdown.
Tommy, count to 4.
4. Thank you, Rich. I am better now.
You never told him where to start.
This episode is brought to you with the power of 4. What if we did for a segment a debate, like where we like all of a sudden it's time for like a presidential debate or whatever, and then it's 2 of us pitted against each other, and then one of us is the moderator.
Yeah.
You have to let me pick the topic, but I'm more than happy to
I'm
let
not
the 3 of
saying
you
that
do
now,
2
Adam.
debate and
We're
one
having
of you
a team
moderate.
meeting as if you weren't here.
I would love for Adam to pick the topic.
So we're talking about doing this for this episode?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. We could do that. I'm cool with that.
Business ethics.
Yeah.
That sounds exciting.
No, I'm going to actually try to make you argue whether or not Halo Reach is better than Halo 2. You're going to solve
It's
a
not.
years-old debate for me.
I'll tell you right now
Reach?
it's not.
Oh, I love Reach.
Halo 2 is my
I love
favorite
Reach.
Halo.
Yeah, me too. So we couldn't debate
That's
each other.
true. They can't debate.
We would just be like,
you gotta be on
Steve,
opposite sides.
Steve is already in this, so...
Yeah, but I don't have enough evidence for it.
It's evaded.
You need like
Armor
you need-
abilities were fun, the weapons
Well,
were better, the weapon sounds
yeah,
were better,
see,
the
you
story
could-
was more fun.
In what, Reach?
Oh, yeah.
You could make
Tremendous.
this argument. I'm ill prepared and ill equipped.
So
But
you
that's
could be
every
the-
podcast
yeah.
episode.
Cowardice.
So we got to make sure,
Also
are we
true.
actually going to do a debate section
Sure.
segment? Okay.
What are you guys comfortable
If we
debating
do that,
then? So
we
what do you-
should have some kind of like graphic that comes up on the screen that says like, it's time for a debate, you know, and then it's like, bam, and then we're debating.
All right, I
You know
want to
what
hear. I want to hear
Yes.
Festivus
Like
on
that
this.
idea?
We should have
I want you guys to air
a
grievances
3-year-old
and just
draw
roll
the
with it.
graphic.
Okay. Yeah.
Stop chewing your fingernails.
Sorry. I was chewing the Aunt Susans or whatever they call these things.
What?
What do they call these? Stepmothers.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, they call these little skin things that come off your nails stepmothers. You ever heard that before?
I've never heard that
Never,
before.
not in my life.
Tommy's just like, oh, what are you talking about? Yeah,
Wait.
so the little skin that comes up off your
a whole new
nails, they
ball
call them
game now.
stepmothers because I guess because they're annoying.
So
you just
you chew on your stepmothers.
sorry, stepmom. Yeah, so are we actually going to do a debate? Is that what we're going to do?
Yes.
Are we going to do a debate? We're going to do a debate. Tommy, we're
Yeah.
going to debate.
I mean,
Actually, you guys might be able to
It-
prove
it's
my
just
points.
gonna be
I might have one of you
debate.
argue for Nickleback and one of you argue
So if
Maybe
we
that's
for
our
Maroon
debate.
5.
Nickelback versus
I have
Maroon 5?
opinions on that at least.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
That's a start.
Who do you wish to defend in said
I want to
case?
defend Maroon 5.
Rich, do you wish to defend Nickleback?
I can't.
Oh, I want you to do it. I
I
want
don't
you to do
think
it so
anybody
badly.
can defend Nickelback.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
the
no
thing.
one
I can do my best on
You
it.
want you want to do that?
I'll defend Nickelback if you want me to. I think Maroon 5's a good band though. So
I think you're wrong.
Okay.
I don't think that there's any way you can prove either of them is better than the other.
Does that mean it's time for a debate?
a debate.
That's like 3 different. That's like saying, oh, there's 3 different points there. There's neither of them is better than the other. There's
But Nickelback
one
is
side.
But
there's
Nickelback
the
is
other
better
side.
because Nickelback has yet to grind the gears of America for 2 decades, promising better. And Maroon 5 has continued to churn through pop music and all sorts of its wonderful iterations from becoming like a jazzy funk band with actual instruments to the Adam Levine show featuring a weird verse from Cardi B.
Well, guys, I think the debate has started.
I lost the debate.
Tommy has already lost.
So now we're
plead the
coming
fifth.
to the debate section of our podcast. Both candidates will have 60 seconds to answer the
We
questions.
need to introduce our.
And when the question time is up, they will hear this sound. And then it is time for the next person to rebut. All right. Now, you like that? Thank you. So, ladies and gentlemen, there's only gentlemen.
I'm giving him the look. He's not paying attention.
I don't want to look at it.
There's been zero introduction. This is the How's This Good for Anybody podcast.
We already do that in the beginning of the episode that's pre-recorded by a
we have
really
to introduce
good...
our guest.
But I don't feel like the
Rich,
guest is a consequential part of the pod.
I agree with you.
I've
been trying to get rid of the guest since we started this thing.
I think that's a horrible way
You just
to...
don't want to have a guest?
Yeah, no.
How's this good 3 anybody? That's what we need to be doing.
We just kick him off the couch
Yeah.
immediately when it starts.
I'm taking my drinks and going home.
Wow.
Okay.
I don't think it's going to work out well for us in the future.
What, the debate?
No, the kicking our guest off the couch when it starts.
Jazz
Yeah.
is a form of self-expression. Sorry.
That's true.
You guys should just vote off.
That's not wrong.
You should vote off the weakest.
It's off
panelist
topic,
each
but
and
it's
every
not wrong.
week.
So we are joined today, guys, on this podcast. Tommy, why don't you do the introduction this
I
time?
don't feel like it,
Okay,
Dad.
fine. Don't do it then. Okay, so we are joined by the lovely...
Rich, please, you want to sound excited for our guest?
Yeah.
We are joined by the lovely Adam Bender.
Oh, yeah.
You don't even include my middle name.
Oh,
You include
clap.
my middle name
Yep,
for
We
everyone
are
else.
Clap it
joined
up.
by the lovely Adam Copernicus Bender.
Copernicus.
I thought I was going to get Malachi. I'm really surprised
Not
I'm out of
bad.
the Old
It's
Not
Testament.
bad.
It's Malachi, man. Now listen.
Yeah, Copernicus was around the sun, right? Earth around the sun?
He did revolve the sun, I think, at
Yeah,
some point.
No, he didn't
Copernicus rocket.
revolve the
Yeah.
sun.
Oh, I thought he did.
The
That's what he's
sun
known for.
revolves on its own.
But does the sun
Why
evolve
did I
on its
think
own?
that Copernicus was the one that was responsible for the sun moving? I thought it was him that like revolved the sun around the earth and stuff.
Oh, well,
It's Copernicus.
Yeah.
It's Copernicus.
Yeah, he was born in Capernaum.
Capernaum.
Okay.
Capernaum. And he
the original Capricorn.
yeah. So that's who you're named after. The guy that got the sun
we'll go with
moving
that.
and got it moved around the sun. So, Adam, tell us a little bit about yourself. And I'll be honest with you. I'm not excited about anything you're about to say. Go.
Hello, my name is Adam Bender. I'm a law student, just completed my first year at Widener, Delaware Law School, and I have known Richard DiPalantino since I was 4 years old. We basically grew up together more or less from pre-K all the way through 8th grade, same school, have been friends
Really?
throughout high school, college, into the rest of this. Steve Yardumin, I've known, a longtime friend of my sister and my parents, as well as myself. Tommy, I've met on a couple of other occasions. He's been very nice to, again, have hosted me here for this podcast. I do
Tommy
look
doesn't
forward to
remember
meeting
any of
more.
that, just so you know.
That's fine.
That's how forgettable you are.
No.
That's very easy to do so.
No, I mean,
I am mostly a generic. I'm a creative player of a white man that just gets inserted into Pennsylvania suburbia.
Understood. I got about as far as you graduated Widener University.
Yes, I've graduated my first year.
Yeah.
Still have 2 more years to do it.
Congratulations.
And I didn't even get that right.
Well, Adam, thanks for
No,
coming.
Adam, I have a real quick question about, since you're studying law at Widener. Would you ever defend Rich DiPalantino in court?
It depends on with what, but yes, I would defend Rich with an inch of my life. I love him as a brother, and I would absolutely do that. That being said, he might not get the best argument if you've done something truly stupid, which is what I really am expecting here.
Oh, yes.
Like I'm fully expecting you to have like swindled the Pennsylvania lottery to fund like a completely private island where you just hunt exotic creatures for sport. So if that's the
Okay.
case, you're getting a mediocre argument,
That
but I'll give it my best.
absolutely makes sense. In
This
fact, I'm pretty
checks
sure
out.
you're already guilty of that. You
So
don't even
would
have
you
to.
which one of you guys would be the prosecuting
You don't even
lawyer?
get to defend that right now.
I would like to defend myself, but
Please
my lawyer.
don't.
I'm sorry. I've been instructed.
This already
my lawyer
makes
is going to answer.
this
your
already.
question.
This
You
is
plead,
already.
you plead the fifth, and you don't say another single word.
I plead the fifth, and I won't say another single word.
This already sounds way too plausible to not be true. Unlike last week's fork
So I
collection,
swindled the. Oh, I can't admit that. I'm being accused of. I plead the fifth.
he already failed at defending
Favorite
himself.
Pastime is.
You're not allowed to. He's not allowed to put you on the stand.
My favorite pastime is hunting. I love island.
I really shouldn't have taken any pro bono work when I was doing this. None whatsoever.
So you
So true.
You want to become a lawyer so that you can. I think you want to defend. What do you want to do again?
I initially got into law because I wanted to enter into employment relations and kind of negotiating collective bargaining agreements and mediating with other people. I do believe that the American worker really needs someone who's going to advocate for them.
Snore.
I do think that companies there's a lot of imbalance in leverage in terms of people who are working for something versus the corporation. I think that kind of needs to be worked out in the favor that you shouldn't have to go to college for 4 years, $100,000 in education just to get a job that's going to pay you $18 an hour and take you 15 years to go anywhere. Your work should matter, and you should be paid as such.
Yeah, I
And
should
in
be
any of
getting
this-
at least $18.25.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Next year.
Is there? Are
Tommy,
there
you
a couple
disagree.
movies about this? I feel like there's movies about this.
Garden State. Garden State was one of them.
Legally Blonde is a
Yeah.
biography of one of my classmates.
Oh, yes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Reese Witherspoon was a personal friend of yours.
Reese Witherspoon.
Yeah.
Not Reese Witherfork.
No.
I do.
Spoon.
Don't even start with me.
I really do enjoy the fact that in,
didn't say anything.
in
I'd
the
like
movie
to bring
Legally
silverware
Blonde,
into the conversation somehow.
1989 Ferguson three-pronger.
The three-pronger. The
How
Ferguson-
could I do
That
that?
really was my first clue. That was my first clue.
but it didn't matter.
It didn't matter. No, it didn't.
European-
It didn't. I was way
yeah.
too excited. I was way too excited for my
Gross.
What's up? Sorry, I was
I'm
sniffing.
going to drop it out. I'm going to drop that audio out.
You won't.
Yeah, I will.
You won't.
You watch me. I'm going to do it.
I'm not going to be at your house watching you do it, but I know that you're not going to do it.
I'm the type of guy who would watch, so I'll be outside.
I didn't last week because it was funny.
This week you jeweled last straw.
It's the last straw.
Speaking of straws, I actually collect straws.
Really?
Yeah, I do.
What's your favorite one you have?
My 1956 Harriet Tubman crazy straw.
Really?
Yeah, it's in the shape of her face.
It's shaped like Harriet Tubman.
Yeah.
Of her face.
Yeah.
couldn't give
Yeah.
her the $20 bill. Apparently, Rich
But she has a
gave her
crazy
a
Yeah,
straw.
yeah,
after
she's
this.
got a crazy
Got
straw.
a crazy straw
Where
from
did you get it?
1956.
Where'd you get it?
I got it passed down from my great uncle who was in the mafia, actually.
Oh, yeah, the Mafia.
I
Yeah.
got mine
Yeah.
on Vistaprint. It was really nice.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It's an original?
Yeah.
Wow, they sell them there?
Yeah, new original.
Wow.
It's truly
Not a
tremendous to think that
not a reprint.
one day when you guys have a Wikipedia page, the lore that's going to have happened, that people are going to have to dig back 80, 90 episodes to figure out the origins of.
Yeah.
Such as, I am Zach Wilson, for the listeners who listened to episode 1.
There it
I
is.
am the mysterious
Williams.
man who
Zach
was...
Williams.
Zach Williams.
I was
Get your name right.
I was the one who was promised long before, but no one really remembered who I was.
It's true.
I've now showed up.
You're the hero that we don't deserve,
Deserve or
and the one we
need.
don't
You know,
need.
my
Oh, yeah.
sister,
Nice.
my sister
And
pointed out
need.
something that we totally skipped over. I think even last week also. The last 2 weeks.
What did we skip over?
Jazz Fest. New Orleans Jazz Fest.
Guys, we didn't give any appreciation to John Shope. None whatsoever. It's been like John Shope Appreciation Month. We gave him nothing.
Moment of silence for John Choate.
Okay.
That was enough. Yeah.
That was.
Yeah, I don't want to give any more.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel empty after that. I
John, come join us one day. I don't know
Yeah.
if he's listening. I honestly don't. I
John.
haven't asked him yet.
If
You
you're
know
out there,
John Shope? Do you know John Shope?
You know John Shope?
I do know
Yeah,
John Choate.
that's right. John's been to a bunch of guys' nights.
I was going to say, by the way, we're speaking of him, I really was going to go pay my respects to his tombsite or whatever.
No.
would happen to do with this. but-
No. His death
We're
was
just
greatly
kind of building.
exaggerated.
We're building him up.
Yeah.
for when he
building him
comes
up.
on.
Yeah.
so that you guys
Until
can
you get-
bury him later.
Yeah. On this podcast, live.
A live execution of John Choate.
just me crying as I plead lawyer-client
yeah.
confidentiality as we bury him in a shallow
He'll have to
ditch out
defend
back.
himself, and Rich will be the prosecutor.
Actually, man, if we have a debate section of this podcast
Yo,
and John Shope is on
John,
it,
Oh
we
my
have
gosh.
to do
It's
debate
gonna get
with John
real.
Shope.
That is true.
Yeah.
I love debating with John Choate.
Yeah, it'll be a hotly contested episode.
And I want to talk about my story about when we were playing Halo at the
I would
time.
love to see these. I
Yes,
would love to
that's
see
true.
Adam and
Yeah.
John debate each other in something.
Oh,
oh
wow.
my.
John continues to win. John has a large repertoire of knowledge. It's really fun talking with him about many things.
He does.
But it is one of those things that he has an opinion on everything, and that's what makes these things fun, is that you should adopt a side for a lot of the things you care
I
about.
think that's why the two of you having a debate would be really fun.
Yeah, we could.
You got what I need.
I can't go high like that.
No,
anymore.
yeah, don't do that.
I can see you.
Yeah,
can't go
please,
high anymore.
please clear your throat.
I can't do it. I used to go
Like soprano.
I used to be able to
like
do that.
Soprano.
Yeah, I used to be able to go full
Like
soprano.
John Gotti. Oh, apparently Tommy is falling off a roof now. Tommy!
Anyway, so Adam, thanks
We
for
act
coming.
like we've
Yeah.
never done this before.
Yeah. It's getting.
I'm Rich
gradually-
DiPalatino, and I like to party. Hi.
And I'm Tommy. I like to play music in my studio like I'm awesome.
Steady out.
Yeah, I like to lead the worship at my church.
Oh my. Maybe we should talk about something that isn't so ridiculous that we're
All
just.
right, what do you got on? What do you have in your mind?
I think we should talk about how far would you go for love?
Yeah,
That's a great question.
How far?
How much have you ever loved a person? Rich, I know you're married. How much do you love your wife? You love her immensely, correct? More than any single quantifier or
Adam's
qualifier
getting
can put on it.
Very serious about this.
This
right
is
now.
good.
We should talk about something serious in this podcast.
Talk about seriousness.
All right, let's talk
Yeah.
about being serious.
Rich, will you take this seriously, please?
All right, here we go. I'm going to take this seriously.
Yeah.
Right now. I'm not going to crack a smile or laugh once this entire segment. No.
It should be very easy depending on the subject matter I give you.
Oh boy.
I will even laugh without smiling if I have to.
So how much do you love your wife?
So, I love my wife.
Not bad.
You know how the universe is constantly expanding? I love her more than the size of the universe that hasn't even expanded yet.
All right. That's very
Whoa.
solid. Steve,
The
have you ever loved
difference-
something?
The
that
difference
much?
of the like the derivative of or the
Like, God knows how big the universe is going to get.
Yeah.
I love her more than that.
more than the size at that current time? Or the size at the rate which it is expanding?
I love her.
This is very important. Is it the integral or the derivative of
The
the
sum
size
of the
at which
derivative squared is an easy way to find the asymptote of the graph.
True, he's right.
There are numbers in the name of this podcast for a reason. They are a math squad.
Hey, guys, listen. The universe is expanding, right?
I actually didn't know that,
Yes.
so that's actually helpful for me
You didn't know that?
emotionally for you to say that.
You're welcome.
So
I didn't-
Rich has loved his wife so much so that so madly in love, he proposed to her in the public parking lot that they made out for hours in the night of their first date.
I just broke.
Absolutely loves her
did.
to death. However, there is a rival challenger for a man who has shown the amount of love that Rich has shown for his wife, Jules. And that man's name is Dale McLaughlin. Now, Dale
Dale.
McLaughlin,
Love Dale.
Yeah.
what
Alright.
country is Dale McLaughlin from?
Where is he from?
McLaughlin, I would think Ireland.
Ireland? No, Scotland.
Steve is correct. It is Scotland.
Next thing I was going to say was the Maldives.
Point, Steve.
So, Dale McLaughlin, before COVID, was a Scottish man who lived and worked briefly on the Isle of Man, which is visible from roughly the southern coast of Scotland on a good day across the Isle.
Yep.
He finds a wonderful woman named Jessica, and he sees her for about 3 months, and then COVID locks down the entire country. No one in, no one out. Isle of Man, 70,000 people, can't really get in it. So how do you...
70,000?
But you love someone. You love them deeply.
Yes.
You are unable to travel by conventional means of airfare, of traditional boating methods.
Yeah.
Or you definitely can't drive a car across it unless you...
Oh, of course.
And you probably can't walk, but maybe you can. So how do you visit the love of your life in such trying circumstances?
You fly.
Space shuttle.
Tommy?
All right.
SMS text.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think
yeah.
they're all good
Tommy's
answers.
right. Tommy's right.
I think you both download a dating app and you find each other on the app and you just let things happen naturally.
you disguise
Bam.
yourself
That's really good.
as someone from the mainland.
Vince Vaughn.
And then you walk up to the border guards and say, "Hey, I live there."
More Ovaltine, please.
Right? That feels like it would work.
An undefeated strategy tested by time many, many times.
Oh, dang.
I would
Okay.
I would build a monkey bar set from
Ooh, I like that answer better.
from the United States directly to her hometown. And it's cool because what I would do is I could build it and climb it like while I'm climbing it, I'm building it, right? So I start in the United States, I start building. You have to build supports, right?
Yeah, well, and then you got to build an angle.
You must
because
construct
at some
it- oh,
point
yeah.
it's going to
Yeah,
just kind
you
of
must construct
Well, 'cause it's the curvature of
automatically
the Earth.
the curvature of the earth, but then also like it's just going to sag as you go too.
You must construct
true.
additional pylons somewhere in the deep
That's
earth.
what I'm saying.
Oh yeah.
So
yeah.
I
Maybe
would
halfway in the Atlantic.
Yeah, and so I would
Okay.
dive, make the pylons in the bottom of the ocean, right? Because that's possible to get down there. And do
Yeah,
that.
yeah. It's not the Marianas Trench. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
It's not a mariachi band, but
It's not the mariachi's trench.
Tommy's right.
Would have been a lot more fun to have that show up in like one of the James Cameron movies.
Yeah.
And then eventually I would get there. So that's how I would do it.
Well, your idea is far superior to this, which is why I say you should be praised for your dedication to your wife and your love for her.
I agree.
The story in this case is actually a lot more boring.
This is a case, like this was a case that was tried by judges and lawyers and juries and all those people that are involved in the whole court system of the United States of America and the Justice Department of the U.S. And then all of the people watching it. Appellate courts.
Oh, appellate courts.
Yep, all the pellets they have to throw in the...
All the pellets.
This was tried by a single judge in the Isle of Man in a town named The Kronk.
The Kronk?
That's a
It is
great
pronounced.
name
It is
for a
pronounced
town.
exactly like the Emperor's New Groove.
Right, the Emperor's New Groove. Yo,
So this
my
man,
paper you're hitting.
So this man answers the question of how do you go see a woman 25 nautical miles away across
I like the way you say
the North
nautical.
Seas?
Nautical.
it's not that far, right?
25 nautical miles.
It's like here to McDonald's and
You
back.
you finance it. You finance purchase of a jet ski.
If you're
Get a Big
going
Mac,
25 miles
maybe
per
some
hour,
fries.
how long would it take you to get 25 miles?
Wait, what did you say about jet ski?
He financed a jet ski. He financed
He
the
didn't
purchase
even.
of a jet
He
ski.
didn't even buy it outright. He just financed it.
Yes.
He's like,
he,
yeah.
he is a roofer.
Yeah, what was
I
the
might do
interest?
this a few times during lockdown, so I'm just gonna.
So
What was the interest?
Dale McLaughlin now has a jet ski, and he is
It's
only
not bone
25.
induction. You can't do that.
He's only 25 miles away from the love of his life. So 25 miles, and he fills it up with gas, and he says, you know what? We're going to get to the Isle of Man. Now, the North Sea, traditionally treacherous waters.
Yeah, there's no
Traditionally.
way.
International shipping lanes.
Oh no!
And have we mentioned probably my favorite part? He does not wear a life jacket, and he cannot
Are
swim.
you serious? Yo,
But he loves this woman.
I love this already. Keep going. Keep
So,
going.
How far or how long do you think it takes a 25 nautical mile journey on a jet ski that can reach up to about 20 nautical miles per hour? Like you can go pretty fast in like very calm waters. How long do you think it's going to take? It takes a
This is a math problem.
It's
An hour and 15 minutes.
it's a 35-minute
beat you to it.
It's a 35-minute trip if it's a standard shipping or ferry across. So it's 25 nautical miles.
didn't you
How
just
long
take a
does it
ferry?
take this man on a jet ski? Because they're not letting people in due to COVID. So how long does it take?
An hour and 15 minutes.
All right, Steve,
That's what I said.
Oh, you said that too?
An hour and 16 minutes.
Tommy.
I mean, I have no freaking clue, man.
If this is the Price is Right, I've already got you beat.
Dun-dun-dun.
The answer is
Don't
4.5
forget to
hours.
Get your pets
Wow.
spayed and neutered.
Ooh.
Wait, did he hit anything on the way?
4.5 hours. He makes it all the way to the Isle of Man unscathed. And
Wow.
then he decides to trek the 15 miles all the way to his girlfriend's house on foot, which leaves the greatest question. Where did he put the jet ski? He
And-
arrived on the Isle of Man, left it, and started walking. Where did the finance jet ski go?
He probably gave it to some kid.
Could you imagine leaving your finance car, like driving across into like
Your kid
Moose Jaw,
throws the
Canada, and just leaving it there and be like, you know what, I'll be back. I'm going to Saskatoon.
Maybe he was one of
Yeah,
those
probably.
kangaroo guys with the pouch.
If it's,
in his,
if it's less populated,
He
maybe.
keeps the jet ski in
yeah,
his pouch?
Yeah,
That,
the kangaroo guys. You ever seen them?
yeah. The kangaroo guys, not
Yeah.
the kangaroos. The
No,
guys that
kangaroo
are
guys.
Yeah.
I'm actually intrigued more
Yo,
by the fact that there's a plural.
The only thing that would have made that story better is if they had arrested him when he got there.
No, he actually.
That would have been hilarious.
Doesn't every guy want to be like
would've been really funny.
arrested for going after the woman he loves?
Oh, yeah.
Like that's like
good question.
that's
He is
awesome.
actually. He's stopped by police twice. The
Yeah,
first
but-
is on the 15-mile walk. They ask him what he
Really?
is doing, and he says, "I'm going to my girlfriend's house." They give him a ride.
Yo,
The last
I want
2
to be
miles.
arrested if that's
Yo.
me.
Oh, yeah.
The second time is when they go out clubbing the next night.
him
and-
and the officers?
No. He goes out with his lovely lady.
Oh, okay.
Arrest me.
And they go out
are
and
you
they
gonna
ask
do,
for
arrest me?
ID and he
Untouchables.
presents
Wow.
Scottish ID and is immediately thrown in jail in the Kronk.
What's the Kronk? Is that like the gulag?
That's no.
The
That's
Kronk is the name of the town.
It's a jazz tower.
Are you paying attention?
So
Yes.
he is
you
jailed.
with-
He is jailed in the Kronk
You
for
know,
1
he's
month
had
for
like
violating
3
this.
sips of this hard seltzer, and he's already done.
Here at Seltzer. Oh, he's had 3 sips.
Sorry,
of
what-
his
no,
here at
honestly-
Sil-
He
Guys,
got thrown in
guys,
jail in Kronk, and what happened?
Guys, truly, I have not. I really have not.
I see what you
and
did
I'm
there.
sure.
I see what you did there.
Oh, nice.
So he is thrown in jail in the Kronk for 1 month for violating international COVID protocol and then deported back to Scotland, of which his mother says his kids will miss him during Christmas. So if you are his kids,
During Christmas.
do you have any
He
right
went-
to criticize your children when, hey, Dad, remember that time you went on Christmas to a different country
drop
and
that
violated
audio
it?
out. Wait a
You
second.
can't get in trouble for anything ever again. You're like, Dad, you went to jail for Christmas. You drove a jet ski
he did this in
across
December?
international waters.
So wait, is he from the United States?
He's from Scotland.
Oh, that's right. You said that.
Oh, he definitely would have died if he had
was going to
gotten off
Scott.
the jet ski.
So not only did he manage to do all of this, how long do you think he had been seeing this woman on the Isle of Man?
You said 3 months beforehand, right?
And he did all this for a woman he'd known for 90 days.
Well,
But
I mean,
how long did he see her while he was on?
2 nights.
Did she come visit him in jail?
They are now broken up.
Oh, well, that's convenient.
that sucks.
So just so you know, there's always a man who was willing to try way harder than you. But remember, he's probably going to mess things up too. So don't give up.
Well, I think that kind of segues nicely into this question that's been on my brain ever since you started that story.
Just think 3
and
months is probably
maybe
not
like
long enough
this
for a
is a
jet ski.
helpful tidbit for our female listeners who want like a view into like how the male brain works. But like, if you guys are going to be, because we kind of all like secretly like the idea of being arrested for going after the girl you love.
Not really, no.
In your brain, how would you want to be arrested? What would you want to be arrested for going after the girl you love?
Nothing.
Yeah,
Nothing.
Adam,
Nothing at all.
Adam clearly is just
Absolutely.
like, no, this is not me at all.
Do you know how difficult
don't
it
do
is?
it.
How much lawyer fees
Don't
you're
do
going to
it.
have to spend? Do you know, like, that misdemeanor or felony, Lord
No,
forbid, if
it's
you happen to do
about-
something
Adam,
awful.
It don't take money. You don't need fame.
But
you don't take no credit card to ride this
The
train.
commissary is not free.
It's
You
great.
still have to
Huey
afford
Lewis in the
ramen
news.
noodles.
I love it.
I'm thinking of like rom-coms, where this happens.
Yeah.
A classic one is the movie 10 Things I Hate About You. The classic scene where Heath Ledger comes out and sings a song, and then he gets chased around by the security.
Detention.
But that's how he won the girl back.
Yeah, because like that's like why he's got the cojones to do something like that, right?
Yeah.
That's okay to keep in
The
because it was Spanish.
the cajones.
Yeah.
The cajones.
Oh, I know.
Huevos.
No, I wasn't looking at. I wasn't giving you the look. Sorry.
But I'm not looking
Now that's
for your
jazz.
Oh, okay.
man. Okay, what would I want to be arrested doing for the love of my life, Juliana?
What would Jules say?
If I got she would think it'd be hilarious if I got arrested doing something.
Maybe
like that.
that's
Okay.
Would
hey,
murder have sufficed?
On our upcoming episode, should we reveal that now or
wait.
should we wait?
at the end.
Okay, regardless, I think that a good
We're gonna
topic to
tease
talk
it.
about on that episode, you know the one I'm talking
gonna
about.
Yeah, I
tease
think
it.
I know what you're talking about.
What would they want their male suitor to be arrested for pursuing them?
That sounds interesting. I
Well,
like
you
that.
basically gave it away.
Dang it! We're gonna have ladies on the podcast.
We're gonna have ladies.
We're
on
gonna
it.
have ladies in the podcast.
Sorry, Adam. We're no longer talking about you.
Yeah, Adam, shut up for a second.
That's why. That's why I wanted to save it to
The
the
only
end.
thing that I will say is you probably want to have a sit-down conversation on when we are going to use the word men and women versus male and female. If you can do that, you're going to be in good shape. But until then,
Wait,
you
is
probably
this,
want to do
is
this.
this
huge
to
difference.
protect ourselves in case of
emergency?
getting sued?
Only
So
the
in
case of
needle has been
litigation,
changed to
there
protect
was-
the record.
There was one episode where it was just so I was hanging out with these females, and this comes off, and it may be innocent and innocuous to many people, but to me it comes off as just kind of like dehumanizing. Feels like a strong word, but it kind of is, because at that point male and female are normally used to describe like anatomical, just like species, where men and women are specifically talking about people.
Human.
And it feels like that's a very important thing, and it kind of
Should we talk about the kingdom and phylum and genus that we're in?
if you want to. But I do think that in the larger scale of trying to talk about these things and methods, you probably want to, like, there's a big problem with, I think, men addressing women as such. And I think that
Wait,
referring to
addressing you
women
as a
as
female?
females, it comes off as kind of you want to say something that you're not allowed to say at that point. So you're really rolling it back, but repackaging it in something that has a nicer wrapper, but has the same terrible insides.
Adam, you bring up a great point to something
I
that I have.
respectfully disagree.
Adam, you bring up a great point to something that I have no idea what you're talking
Yeah,
about.
I really don't.
And I think that I speak for all of us here when I say that we don't know what you're saying. And I
And we don't care.
I think I see.
Tommy, do you get it?
Well, because like I get that like male and female, those are
Anatomical, but they're also applicable to other.
You can also just say
species.
we're going to have women on the show. Is it that difficult?
We're gonna have
we're
women
going to
on
have
the show.
females on the show.
No. Oh my
okay?
gosh! You just gave him a heart attack. You just exploded his heart. It's just gone.
Are you okay?
his
Adam?
brain.
There's so much
brain
liability.
and his
So
heart.
much liability.
Oh, are you?
What if we went to he-mail
Oh, is that
and
why?
she-mail?
Is that why? Because you're thinking we're gonna get sued.
Would that be easier?
What did you say?
What if we use the terms he-mail and she-mail instead of
I
male
don't
and
think that's
female?
better.
You're probably going to get mixed SEO search result engine. Off of
That's
that one.
also true.
All right, so here we go. I would like to be arrested.
It's got to be murder. Jules only wants the best.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
okay.
Is
You,
that-
you
I
really
mean,
cannot. You can't
Is
do
that
halves on
the
this.
top? Is that the top of the list?
So like,
What
it's
else?
funny. I've
Treason?
asked her questions before.
Would you go against your country?
Commit treason. I have asked her before, like, hey, if you found out that I was like
can
this, like mastermind criminal or something, and like she's off the show. Usually, her first response will be like, well, I mean, like, I'd be okay with it as long as we're like super careful. Like, she's like super like ride or die. Like, yeah, I'd be with you on this. You know what I mean? So I feel like no matter what I do, I mean, not really. No, I wouldn't say no matter what I do, but my long-winded point here, okay, is that I would like to be arrested.
I haven't heard anything of substance yet, which is okay because I'm still trying to figure out what I would
And
want
this
to
gives
do.
us a little bit more time to
Yeah.
process.
Yeah, I'm stalling.
Don't worry, another
You
5
stall.
episodes and there'll be some substance.
Yeah, the listeners will just be
I've
like,
been waiting
okay,
for substance on this
I don't
podcast for 5
understand.
episodes.
We come here for the cultured discussions.
I would like to be arrested for
I would like to be arrested.
hanging upside down
Why are you hanging
on the
upside down?
Empire State Building in my underwear, and written on my chest says "I heart you" down my chest. And
So it's written upside down, so we can read it right side up.
correct for the world to see. For the world,
This is insanely complicated
And I
for
would
you to get a
invite-
$500 fine.
I would invite her to New York City.
Yeah.
And like, hey, babe, I want you to hang with your friends today. She comes in the middle of the city, and then I text her, look up. And then she looks up, and I'm just dangling.
What do you mean look
And
up?
I'm like,
where in New York
I'm
City are you
dangling
able
like
to
this.
where are you in New York City are you able to see someone on the 123rd floor
And it says, I heart you.
bring some binoculars
I heart
and look
you.
at the right building?
Like this. And, like,
and just start turning in circles.
yeah. And the wind is blowing like,
Just look for the man looking person dangled out a window.
and then I get gradually lowered down by police, and then I get arrested for that. I would love to do that. That'd
Yeah.
be me personally. How about you guys?
In the nude?
That is rather
In the nude.
romantic.
I'm
in
hanging
a
by my
wonderful way.
boxers. So when
Oh,
you take me
wait, what?
down,
Yeah,
yes,
probably.
then I'm
What
in
are
the
your
nude, 'cause
boxers?
my boxers
What
are
are your
left up there.
boxers made of? If you're hanging by them,
Titanium.
I wear Kevlar boxers.
Kevlar and titanium.
So it's really
Also, if you're
Kevlar weaved
attached
with
by them, you're just going to
They're
slide out by your
vibranium-
leg holes,
vibranium.
right?
Vibranium.
You're literally
Only
going to slide out.
Wakanda.
You're just gonna
Wakanda
be,
forever.
Wakanda forever.
I'm hanging like
Yelling Wakanda forever with
That's
I love
it.
you,
That-
Jules,
that's
written on your
exactly
chest. Wakanda forever!
Wakanda.
What? So wait, list out some felonies because I'm having trouble coming up with them.
Robbery.
the good news is
Ooh, robbery. I'd do that one.
okay.
Could I do that one?
Yeah, go ahead.
What would
Okay.
I be robbing though? What would I rob?
Remember, robbery is
Broccoli
with
Rob.
force, so you will have to threaten someone at some point, or at least bring a
really?
gun and point it at them.
Okay, well I could do that. But that'd be like I'd be
You could-
faking it, right?
You could,
I
just
be
you
like,
could burgle them if you want to.
Yeah.
You can wander into their domicile if they're not home and just take things.
no, but that's not as good as robbery though.
So it has to be a show of force, is what I'm
Right,
hearing.
right,
now.
right.
It has
So
to be
I'm-
a grandiose act or
I'm
a show
forcing.
of force.
Okay, so what am I robbing?
You're forcing.
I'm robbing. What am I robbing?
Oh, it's the perfect setup for an engagement.
diamonds-
You rob the
diamonds
engagement
at
ring
midnight.
off of a woman there and then immediately propose to her.
Oh, I love it.
The
Adam
world's greatest
Adam came up
awful
with that
idea.
for me. I don't know why.
Thanks, Adam.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
I would want to.
I'm giving the legal advice at the end of this. I am not participating. I'm going to
right,
tell the audience
right.
exactly why all of this is getting not just
Yeah.
you, but now
We
Jules,
are.
because of the theory of complicity, arrested for your crime.
Yeah. Okay. Tommy, what would you do?
I want to be
Interesting.
arrested for.
Swallow louder.
I think. Imagine a scenario where my girl is being mistreated somehow at work, or
Is
has
she a female?
Oh yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. Thanks for asking. And I go in there and it's male boss. I either beat the crap out of him
Yeah.
or like there's like a conference room of bigwig executives, and I like stand on the table and just like give it to them verbally.
Yeah.
And then
Ooh, I
and then
like
like
that.
maybe like
That
break
might
something
be-
on the way out.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
That's pretty solid. I mean, you're getting
is
her
pretty
fired guaranteed, so she won't be there anymore.
Yeah.
But you'll also have won her heart as you both
Babe, I
collect
lost your
unemployment.
job for you.
What do you think?
Can I have a couple bucks? I'm gonna go see him Star Wars.
You just start pushing. You just start
See him in
See a
Star
Star
Wars.
You just start
War.
pushing the 01 Sentra out of the parking lot. Like, we can't get gas anymore.
Oh man.
That's funny. Well, yeah. So that's
I
what
would
we would do.
represent-
I still
I would
really love
represent
that Adam
all of
came
you.
up with the end of mine for me.
I will
I'm just
represent
like, yeah,
all
pick
of
a
you in
felony.
this.
All right, that one.
Adam will represent us.
I will represent every
Oh,
single one
right.
of you. It will give me such
man.
great joy as you all get hauled off to jail and I collect my fees.
Well, but you be an accomplice because you gave me the idea.
Yeah, and also I want you to be the kind of lawyer that you only get paid if we win.
Yes,
That's the incentive.
that's true.
I can't wait for me to be your public defender, and
Yep.
and I'm already drawing the salaried paycheck.
You can find it. You find a loophole somewhere.
Who can? He can?
Yeah, he can find a loophole
yeah,
for
he can
dangling
find-
the Empire State
oh, yeah,
Building
he-
naked.
I've already found
Yeah.
the loophole of why Nickelback is better than Maroon 5. I have found loopholes to
Was there a
all-
loophole in your
True.
boxers when you were dangling from the...
There were actually two loops, one in the left leg and one on the right.
Sorry. That's,
Oh, my.
Might have to edit that out.
I don't think so.
No,
I think it's good.
Okay, yeah, it's
Perfect.
fine.
Perfect.
It's wholesome.
It's family friendly.
Yeah.
So are we going to do a debate segment now?
I think
Is
we
that-
should.
Yeah?
Yes. Are we going to be debating what?
A
Steve?
debate. Let's
Steve,
call it a
what are we
debate.
going to be debating
I think we're
this
going to be
afternoon?
debating whether or not Nickelback is better than Maroon 5 or vice versa. And
Hi.
who's doing what? Who's doing what?
All right.
I don't know
Who's going to
doing
be the
what.
moderator?
I think that's me, isn't it?
Okay, you be the
All,
moderator.
aren't all three of you on a different in a different plane of
No,
existence?
I
with
think
us?
Maroon 5 is better than
Yeah,
Nickelback, so-
that's right. And then
Yeah,
you're
but
gonna.
I agree.
Yeah,
Oh,
so
okay.
Tommy, it should be Tommy versus Adam, I think. You
But
be the
Adam
moderator.
thinks they're both terrible.
No, but Nickelback is superior because they have stopped trying
Oh,
to be
okay.
inferior.
Okay,
Oh,
well, you can't bring up
interesting.
your debate points yet
Well,
because the debate hasn't
interesting.
started.
Because
Maroon 5
now
is still
there's-
kicking the
it's
bar off the
2v1,
ground.
So which one of you is going to debate him?
I think Tommy and Adam should debate. I will be
You
the,
moderate?
I'll-
Color commentary.
You can moderate.
No, you moderate because I'll just laugh the whole time. That's what
Okay.
that's what I'm good at on this podcast.
Okay, yeah, you like the laugh track.
I'm like,
You have a wonderful laugh, though, Steve.
So I'm gonna
don't,
intro-
don't think
You have
that's
a
bad.
wonderful
You
laugh.
have
Thank
a
you.
wonderful
I'm
laugh.
going to introduce this. Welcome to the Great Debate. One, how's this good for anybody? Today we'll be debating the topics that the audience has prepared in advance, and today the topic will be
the audience.
Chad Kroeger versus Adam Levine. Who's the better one, and who's the worst one? Each guest will have 60 seconds to answer the questions that are given. When the question time is up, they will hear this sound of toot, toot, toot. At that point, they only have 10 seconds left before they must go back to the other person. I will be moderating, your host, Rich DiPalantino. And now we can begin. America, you are watching.
Oh, well done.
You have the floor, sir.
So today's question is, who is better in today's day and age, Adam Levine or Chad Kroeger? And the first
Adam
question,
Levine of Maroon 5 or Chad
Kroeger of Nickelback.
Nickelback.
Thank you, sir.
Here's why Adam
Thank you,
Levine's
random
better.
member of the audience.
You're welcome.
And now for the first answer will be from Tommy Leahy, governor of North Carolina.
And now an ad from WMMR. Okay.
Hi everyone. Hi mom back home. So good to see you. I think that Adam Levine is more better and worth our money and worth our time and worth our listening. Because one, I know that Adam's going to bring up the first Maroon 5 record that's actually like a real band. There's real instruments, songs about Jane, wonderful. It has gotten definitely more produced, more electronic, less sounding like a band as the years go on. I think that Adam Levine's pop songs actually do really well, though, in terms of plays, listens. He's had a lot of success. Some of the pop songs, such as Moves Like Jagger, is, I think, a catchy song. He has had a career in doing TV, and he's been in some movies. I think of Begin Again with Keira Knightley. Good movie, one of my favorite movies. I think of his time on The Voice. Thought he was entertaining to watch. And I think
And
he's
he
a
has a
talented
voice.
musician.
So
Yeah.
I
bonus
think that he's
points.
not a one-trick pony either in terms of like stuff that he's done. Whereas
Are
I
you-
think
are you
Chad
just randomly
Chad
thinking
Kruger-
what time he's going
when you think of Nickelback, you only think of
10
That's,
that's a 10-second warning?
I concede the rest of my time.
Are
Thank
you
you,
counting in
Governor
your head?
of North Carolina.
What's going on over here?
Yeah. All right. And now we'll be hearing from.
And that's why I'm running for president of my class.
Free honey buns at
Tommy,
lunch.
I'll vote for you. Tommy, you're the best.
And now we'll be hearing from former 5th grade class treasurer Adam Bender.
5th grade.
Thank you very much.
What kind of
So-
money do you get to handle in 5th grade?
About 75 cents for white milk
Dogecoin.
cartons every single day. That's
Okay.
about it.
Okay.
So the words that have been
All right. Back to you, Tommy.
the words that have been described of these bands are not genuine, focused on hit making. They sound similar to other beloved bands. They've taken pop turns. There really is only two.
Pop-Tarts?
I think that's what he said. Just for clarification, sir, did you say that
Frosted
Nickelback
strawberry.
sounds like?
Yes. Yes, he's right.
Gotcha.
Keep going.
Look at this frosted strawberry.
Something like that. But there's only two real differences between them. And I think that for far too long, America has beauty shamed Chad Kroeger in favor of Adam Levine. There is no other explanation between two men whose voices are quite unique in how they choose to sound and present themselves. The only difference is that one of them is actually considered attractive and one of them is not. What did you say? In this case, Chad Kroeger and Nickelback have done exactly what they've decided to do. They have created hit songs. I mean, what was it? It was
Look at this photograph.
half of that album had radio play. It was incredible. And to be honest, you said one Maroon 5 album was out. I actually would give you 2.5. I would say that It Won't Be Soon Before Long is pretty solid.
Okay.
And they tried really hard on Hands All Over Me. But I think the ultimate problem is that Nickelback is Canadian, and Americans have a propensity to hate our northern neighbors for nothing else other than being exactly like
Thank you,
those
sir.
weird Southern California people.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Thank you. Tommy, you have a 30-second rebuttal.
30-second rebuttal.
3-hour rebuttal. 3-hour rebuttal, Tommy. I think that my colleague makes a fair point. Yeah. Do I have anything to say? This is the thought running through my brain.
Are you ceding the point?
Flawless victory.
I'm the moderator, so I don't have an opinion on this matter, and I am
Don't
a
do it.
disinterested third party.
I'm the biased crowd member that's
Well,
saying.
I mean, I feel like your main rebuttal in that was they're Canadian, so we like them less.
Also, he's less attractive than Adam Levine, and everyone who's there. What are the differences between all
sir,
of these albums?
Sir, I'm going to have to
No,
ask you to
you
call
stop.
him a male.
No, you stop. You stop and you stay there.
what about the voices?
Please call me
I want to hear about the voices.
Jeremy's.
So we've just got one off.
Call me Donna.
So we've got Nickelback more or less
what
trying
mom's
to
name.
end up being Nirvana in one sense, and
Nirvana.
Maroon
Right.
5 being
So, at
a
the time-
unique essence that is now morphed
It's
into
like modern. They tried to be like modern, almost Stevie Wonder pop rock. I feel
Yeah, at the time, Nickelback in the 90s sounded like they
Creed.
belonged in the genre.
Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun. We now have a third member in the debate.
No, keep going.
But now, so as time progressed, though, the genres changed, music changed. I feel like
There's nothing wrong with the change in
Maroon
moving there.
5 changed with the times, and Nickelback is now just not. I don't know why we were playing that again.
Thank you so much for our third member joining our debate.
Thank you. For,
Let's continue the debate.
And we're back.
And we're back.
I don't know why we went away.
Senator Romney.
No, so Nickelback over time became the laughing stock because it no longer holds up like Nirvana does.
Steve, rebuttal? Oh, I'm sorry.
No, but that is correct in the fact that they've moved through this. But what we're
Yeah.
talking about is just Maroon 5 a decade later, who have decided to do it bigger, better, and in fact worse on all
Well,
fronts
it's-
because they have continued. Animals, they just chanted animals over and over again for an entire chorus.
It's just like Animals.
Nickelback
Oh,
might
I-
use
I
4
don't know
chords,
that
but they use more
song.
than 4 words, or at least 4 syllables.
I
yeah,
will
but have
say,
they made any new music lately though?
Maroon 5?
Gentlemen.
Maroon 5
I don't even
live,
know.
different than the
Gentlemen.
album. If you want like a little glimpse of what
Will you
Maroon
stop
5 used to
talking,
be, watch a
moderator?
live concert on YouTube.
Shut up.
Because they're forced to use some instruments. And it's like, I would listen to that if you recorded it that way.
Yeah, and it's almost the more disappointing thing is that Maroon 5 has chosen to go this route
You're
instead
right.
of
It's the
carving
Adam
out
Levine
something
show.
there.
He works with other
It
people.
is the Adam Levine show.
Yeah.
I mean, they identified the clear
I don't think he's that
money-making
attractive
proposition
either.
with
If
it.
you watch the Girls Like You video, it's him. It's
Adam
him
Levine is
with
ugly.
all of these
He's
other
disgusting.
famous women.
Yeah.
He is a...
He is nasty looking with the tattoos and all the. I don't know. I can't say that seriously. I like Adam Levine.
remember
No, he seems like a relatively decent person, but it's just like
Gentlemen, the
I have a bunch of,
gentlemen
I have a
of
bunch, I have a bunch of
jazz.
tattoos. I'm shirtless for most of this. That's about it.
in a bowl of oatmeal.
What is? Is this
When I
like?
listen to jazz music, I feel like I'm covered
This
in
isn't on
cotton
the cards
candy
anymore yet.
melting on my skin.
I'm also trying
Tommy.
to think like if both of these bands come to Philadelphia, which ones are getting stoned
like-
outside of the concert venue? It's probably going to be Maroon 5. Like
Probably gonna be Maroon
Nickelback
5.
seems like they'd have at least enough cachet to fight back.
Maybe.
Ooh,
Maybe. Was that like the way you
we're
looked
back.
tonight? Was that what you were?
no, that was my story about how I discovered jazz and warm oatmeal.
Oh, okay.
Okay, to your point, I will say that the reason
Ooh, oatmeal.
Maroon
I
5
haven't
maybe
had
is still
oatmeal in a
relevant
while.
aside from Adam Levine
No,
being
it's not. Get
good
out of here.
looking
Stop.
is that rather than do what Nickelback did or does and like just make the music they want to make, Adam Levine just makes whatever is cool and works with whoever is cool and thus has a lot of mainstream success. So actually, I'm going to concede and say that Nickelback is a better.
Well, wait.
Nickelback's
What's
better.
they're a better band. They make better music. Is that what we were?
Yeah.
They have inherently taken the awful things that we've said about them. They have cloaked themselves in it. They have risen from it. And Maroon 5's like, oh, no, that's not us. We're very cool. We're very hip. How
but
do you do, fellow
here's the
kids
thing.
pop
I
trends?
haven't.
And
I have
Nickelback's like,
not
no, we're going to
listened
just make this.
I have not listened to Nickelback in 20 years.
Sweet.
I listen to Maroon 5 all the time. I have
do
not
too.
listened to Nickelback in 20 years.
Either have I. I'm going back and rooting for Maroon 5 now. I'm changing.
Right? Like, I think that's the demarcation.
Because here's
here is-
okay, I'm the moderator, but now I'm going to join this debate.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
please join.
Can I have the
Give us
music,
some more
please?
music.
Can I have music as I enter the debate? We now have a fourth member entering our debate,
I need to get another drink.
and that will be the senator from North Jersey.
My name's.
My name, I don't know how to do a Jersey accent. I don't know. Anyway,
Your last name needs to be. like,
whatever that was.
That
stop
was not it.
Stop it immediately.
That
Cease and
was not
desist.
it.
Absolutely
what's
not.
my name? I'm from
no,
Jersey.
No, I forbid you to ever do that again.
Hold on, I'm a male from Jersey.
Bill-
What's my name?
I forbid you from
You're
using
Bill-
words ever again.
Vinny Salvatore.
You're Bill Buttlicker.
I'm Vinny Salvatore. So, all right, I'm going to end this debate now. At least Maroon 5 has had good albums.
Ooh.
Nickelback has not had any good albums. They've had one good song that they repeated again and tried to hide it in another song that's exactly the same song. So Maroon 5 has had good music, and also their lead singer, Adam Levine, is talented. He actually has a good voice.
Doesn't that make it more disappointing that they've chosen to do nothing of
I
value
agree.
for the past decade, whereas Nickelback has been very content to do their own thing, whereas
Which is
Adam,
bad.
No.
Yes.
Understanding that you're not going to be the best is a good skill, as opposed to, you know what, I'm going to try to do whatever everyone else is doing in a mediocre manner.
I try to do everything in a mediocre manner too.
Yeah, but I do it for.
So I get that.
I do it for the one I love.
Where are you going?
I get arrested
Did you like
because
that?
I love
Just
you.
Swing around, boom.
I have a drinking problem because I love you.
And Chad Kroger wouldn't.
That
do
Yeah.
that.
that doesn't sound like a good place to
No,
start.
it doesn't. I'm sorry. I don't even like beer.
No. I don't mean. I knew you were kidding.
I hate it. It's gross.
Anyway,
Well, so I think we should end the debate. Wait, did we come up with a
there's
a consensus
Nobody
that I'm
wins. We all lose.
No, I think we've all won by the discussion. I do think that if you're going to base this off, Maroon 5 is going to have a far longer lasting legacy. It's going to reach more people. I think that it's going to last longer.
Yeah,
but
they were-
ultimately, I do believe that my point still stands in a great portion of
Yeah, good.
Thank you for tuning into our debate. We've heard the wonderful timbered voices of Tommy Leahy, the governor of North Carolina, Adam Bender, the former treasurer of his 5th grade class, Steve Yardumian, crowd member turned debater, and Rich DiPalantino, also known as Vinny Salvatore, from the senator of North Jersey.
Yo, Vinny! Yo, Vinny! Yo, Vinny!
We hope that you enjoyed this today, and that your thoughts, your views, your whole thought process on who is better, Adam Levine or Chad Kroeger, has changed as a result of our expert opinions. Thank you, and good night.
Or at least that you respect us less.
I've got to be honest, the instrumental there is probably better than anything Maroon 5 has even attempted in 12 years.
Oh, man.
That's true, they don't use instruments anymore.
Oh, man.
All right, so
I'm really glad we have
All
that
right.
keyboard.
Me too.
So we talk about this a lot, but let's talk some more about the Phillies.
have you ever considered like that the Phillies are the perfect representation of the city of Philadelphia?
I want to know what's behind this.
So
I want to know this.
What do you think of first, Steve, when you think of the city of Philadelphia? What really is like just
Liberty
it pops
Bell.
up there? Okay, so it's like a historical sense of perspective
going,
of
Tom?
things,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Tommy, what do you think of?
Emotions are running hot right now.
Yeah.
But it's mostly just because of my troubled past and relationship with a couple just kind of relatives, and it's been a real turkey dinner of a time.
Yeah.
You know,
Sounds
kinda
bananas.
acquiescing.
With cranberry
sorry.
sauce? Cranberry sauce?
Oh, were you guys
Sorry, were
talking
you guys
about?
talking?
Wow, I'm
Cranberry
sorry.
sauce?
I don't want to interrupt.
Oh, that's my fault.
Yeah.
You said turkey dinner of a time. I'm going to need to know how good a turkey dinner.
working on vulnerability, and I just keep
okay.
messing up.
It's okay, Tommy. You couldn't have known somebody else was speaking. So anyway, what were you, Adam? The Phillies.
I just asked Tommy
Continue.
what when he thinks of the city of Philadelphia.
What do I think of?
What comes to mind?
City of brotherly love.
Okay.
Ooh, okay.
Rich, what do you think of when you think of the city of Philadelphia?
It's great. I don't think actually.
Useless.
I don't-
useless.
you don't-
useless.
You don't
useless.
think he doesn't
love-
think while he's awake. He
I don't.
thinks at
I
night.
love Philly sports.
He thinks while
I'm
he's
not a
sleeping.
fan of the city.
I think of like the rough, kind of
so
like
what
the
do
rough
you- what's
outer.
Blue collar. Blue collar.
That's absolutely false.
What?
You're false.
What are you talking about?
You.
That's
all of
false.
it.
That statement's
Just all of
false.
it.
What you
Wait,
see is
you
what
think
you get.
blue collar? That's it?
I do.
That's it.
Okay.
Yeah. Is that okay?
So what I've managed to gather from
Cheese
this
steaks. I don't know.
is
Yeah,
that
there you go.
Great.
it's the city of brotherly love. We have a great love of all things historical.
Do we,
and
though?
It's blue
Yeah,
collar.
yep.
So that's
Ooh,
perfect for the
okay.
Phillies.
Yeah.
So the city of brotherly love. We are known for our nickname. The Philadelphia baseball team is called the Phillies. There's nothing else we found to represent ourselves besides ourselves.
No. Do you know what a Philly is?
Historically,
Do you know what a Philly is?
it's a person from Philly.
No. A Philly is a horse.
This is a horse.
Did you know that?
Oh yes.
It's actually a really kind of weak horse.
Would,
actually.
would you like to spell Philly for me then?
No, a Philly horse is PHILLIE. That's a Philly horse.
It is a Philly horse.
I'm googling that.
Isn't it a female horse?
I think it is.
Yeah.
I don't know why that's her name.
There you go, female
but-
again.
Yep.
Yep.
It is a woman horse.
So we've got that.
It's
So-
a woman horse. Adam.
Is it a centaur?
Adam,
is
it's-
this how this works?
Yes.
So we have that. So then we have blue collar. So hardworking, gritty, have to grind our way
gritty.
up through the mud, right?
Yo, Gritty's nuts.
Yeah.
He jumped off of the ceiling, the roof of the link.
That's awesome. Gritty is awesome.
He's nuts.
He's changed his whole thing. When we first came out, we thought he was like it was ridiculous, and now it's actually.
I know.
And that's another
I
thing
know.
about Philadelphia is that
I
once
came
someone,
around on him.
Yeah,
Once
me
someone
too.
hates something from Philly,
Yeah.
people from Philly then love that item to death.
Yes.
Rocky did not win Rocky 1. Not even close. They tried to make it look
True.
close. He was getting beat up left and right.
He got hammered.
And so we get the historical
Not
perspective
the
of all
good
this.
way. Not in the good way.
How long have the Phillies existed as a franchise? How many seasons have they played?
They are the oldest sports team.
They are currently
Of all time.
voyaging into their 139th
They went back.
season.
Bam.
How many times have they made playoffs?
They've gone back to the 11th century.
Ooh.
How many times have they made playoffs
the-
in 139 years? How many times have they
I'm
made
going
the
to say
postseason?
11,
Playoffs.
11 times.
Playoffs.
You're actually a little
We're
low.
talking about practice.
How many times?
14 total times.
14
Oh, I was going to say 13.
Every decade, the Phillies have wandered their way into the postseason and have then
Wow.
decided to fail.
True.
The Houston Astros have existed for less than half the time.
Oh, get out of here.
And they have just as many playoff appearances. The Phillies are the
Interesting.
losingest franchise in American major sports. They have lost
true.
over 11,000 games.
That represents
and yet,
Philly.
So do you think
they
It
are
does.
they are
We
loved
lose.
because they lose. They are loved because they suck. We love them for all of their flaws and the historical flaws that they have refused to ever give us happiness outside of a 5-year run in our lifespans.
We had the most championships, though. We're the most successful Philadelphia sports team.
They've won 2.
Yep.
The Flyers have won 2.
who?
The Sixers have.
Phillies.
The Sixers, I believe, have won 4.
Oh, they're the
if
most
you're counting their
successful
Have they
historical.
won 4 championships?
Oh, because you
If
got
you're-
Julius
if you're-
Erving.
If
That's
you're,
true, I forgot about that.
If you're counting,
I was gonna
if
say,
you're
I
counting the
think the
early
Sixers
years
won
of
more.
whether moving there,
And they had
and now-
Dikembe Mutombo.
Yeah.
if you count the Eagles, NFC,
Phillies
if,
are not the winningest.
That was the
if, if
Kyle
you,
Korver.
if you
Yeah.
count if you count NFC championships before the NFC and AFC merged, or NFL and AFL merged
Yeah, we'll
together,
count
that.
that.
would also mean that the Eagles have more. We love the Eagles
look at me like
because they
that.
represent Philadelphia, because they suck and they try really hard and they've done it all the time, and we
So-
can't help but be attracted to, as a city, a bunch of people who look like us trying to do better over and over again. Sisyphus rolling the boulder up the mountain
Sisyphus. Oh, I
and just
don't
getting
even get that
crushed on it.
reference.
Sisyphus.
all the
Yo,
way
I'm
down.
too stupid for that reference, okay?
Sisyphus. It's Greek
You've
mythology.
gone-
It's a guy
Adam,
rolling
you've
up.
gone one too
It's
far.
literally rolling a stone up a mountain.
Oh, okay.
And he gets crushed
Yeah.
by it every single time. He can never get the stone to the
Okay.
top of
I
it.
What
do,
a sissy
I do
fuss.
actually
Yeah.
remember that.
Yeah.
But the Phillies are the perfect Philadelphia team. The Eagles, they've tried to be good for too long.
Wait,
they've
so I
actually been
want to
somewhat
understand what representing Philly to the world.
good. So the city
That's
of
what-
Are you about
Philadelphia,
to diss Philadelphia right
Well,
now? Is that
because
what
you
you're
said
going to do?
Yes.
we've said we've been.
I'm all
okay,
for
go
it.
ahead. All right.
Philadelphia is decreasing in population.
Yes.
Philadelphia
Bad
is
things
normally-
happen in Philly.
Yes, we've been.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
president himself, the president-elect at the time, told us that we were bad things incarnate. And
Yeah.
to be honest, we kind of are. Gritty is another good example of we don't know what we're doing here. We're just trying things. But
It's true. They were just trying things.
we as a people have been here in this city as Philadelphians for so long that we're proud of just existing and trying. And there's no pride in being
We're
successful
proud
in any of
of
this.
surviving.
That's it. There's no happiness in winning anything because there's
Should
nothing
we
to
really
be won.
be proud of surving? Because I feel like we should be going steps further than that.
Congratulations. What the Phillies should be doing too.
I thought you were about to do something else. I was
I
like,
thought so too. I mean, I would have dropped the audio out, but
oh
it's
yeah,
all
but that would have been funny.
right. That would have been hilarious.
Wow,
Yeah.
I'm
Just
really
surprised that
appreciate
you guys can
don't
like
go.
watch a Phillies game and like enjoy it.
Oh, dude, I love watching the Phillies.
I can't do it.
It's the sport that and football are
Live
the only
or
sports I
on
can watch and really enjoy.
TV.
TV?
Yeah.
TV's tough.
I like watching the
TV's tough.
Sixers. I will watch the Sixers any day.
The Sixers are
TV.
far better
Really?
to watch, but it's like the Phillies, you don't have to watch, and that's the fun of baseball, is not having to care about it. There's too many games, there's too much time, and there's
Disagree.
nothing
Disagree.
interesting happening
And
when the
disagree.
Phillies are playing.
And disagree.
When was the last time the Phillies had a winning season? 10 years ago?
And disagree, yeah.
It's been 10 years of them not doing anything worthwhile. They just continue to exist. It's wonderful. You can, it's the third inning. We're up 3-0. It's great. Oh,
know-
we gave up 3 runs in the 9th, and now it's tied against the Braves. Oh, we scored
But that's
3 runs.
baseball,
We're great.
You know
man.
who I blame?
Yeah, it's boring.
Who do you blame?
Elon Musk.
Pat Burrell.
Oh,
Listen, Pat Burrell has done nothing for the Phillies in his entire existence. Pat Burrell sucked.
We're
Pat
gonna go right
Burrell
back
swung
over that one.
Pat Burrell swung like a man who was
Joe-
trying to hit a beehive on the
Joe-
ceiling every single time.
Joe opened that wound, and we're just gonna take a knife right into it.
Pat Burrell is Scott Rowland with a longer swing
interesting.
and
Scott
probably
Rowland.
with less production.
Who is Scott Rowland?
he's third baseman.
He was our third baseman. Yeah.
baseman?
He was a
Oh, he
rookie third
was.
baseman that
He
the
was.
Phillies.
good.
I remember that.
He was good,
name.
and
he
then
went to
he
the
wanted more
Cardinals.
money, and then the Phillies fans hated him after that because he didn't stay with the Phillies. 'cause
That's
he wanted
right.
He wouldn't
Didn't he
stay
come
with
back?
Right.
Did he come
Yeah.
back after the Cardinals or no?
No.
No. He wouldn't stay with a team that didn't
Was
win
it the
more
Cubs or
than
the
85
Cardinals he
games
went
for
to?
7 straight
Cardinals.
years.
And honestly, who can blame him?
That's
yeah.
the whole thing.
Except for Rich DiPalantino.
Rich can blame a lot of people for a lot of things, but the Phillies have sucked from their own creation. They have created every mess they've gotten themselves
They
into.
have created
the 5 years that they got themselves out of it completely by accident, only
Bobby
to
Abreu?
overpay to everyone else.
Yeah.
Bobby Abreu is a conundrum.
He really is.
He is the kind of guy that I feel like that he could have been like a Hall of Famer if he put the work in.
He was
Yeah.
very close to it anyway.
But
he
he
was
was
getting
just lazy.
25% of
Yeah.
his Hall of Fame vote.
You know who came around? You know who came back around that I really enjoyed? John Crook.
Oh, I love John Crook, man.
He's now casting the games.
I know, he's great.
He's hilarious
John-
to listen to.
Dude, my favorite John Crook thing was recently, actually. there was like in between the batters being up, the umpire stands up, bends over, and dusts off home plate, and like so the camera angle is just right zoomed in on the umpire's butt, and John Crook goes like, "Well, there's a shot."
He
so
does.
funny.
He just
says
says
whatever.
these one-liners
It's
every
great.
so often.
I
It's
love it.
awesome.
But that's also the boringness of baseball, is that the mundane becomes funny because you're in a desert of content of just like, say something, please. We're staring at this umpire.
It's
For some
true.
reason, though, I will say for movies,
But you get that feeling
baseball movies are the best movies
They are.
of any
Yeah.
sports
For sure.
movie, I think.
For
but
sure.
like live watching on TV, I just can't.
because
You get that feeling-
much like baseball itself, it's better. It was better in the past, and now it's boring.
Why
And
is
they
it?
haven't
Why
figured
was it
out.
better in the past? If that's true,
Because everyone used to care about it. It used to be the prestige sport, and then people got very mad at it for certain parts of, oh, you have too many people who are paying too much money for your team. And then everyone in baseball started to have salary cap control. We need to keep costs down to maximize profits. When teams stopped being run like philanthropies and started being run by businesses,
I believe it.
then they actually, like,
I
things
believe
get a
you,
bit
not
boring
him.
there. It's kind of the same thing with
Let
horse,
me tell you.
I
horse
feel like
racing and boxing.
steroids sucked the life out of it too.
Same with boxing and horse racing.
Because it's true,
Steroids
because
even at that
it
point.
peaked
There's
the
nothing
excitement
there.
level, and
Yeah.
then it did dip. I agree with that. However, I also will say that baseball is a very like tactical, nerdy sport, and a lot of millennials.
You're going to walk
have
90 feet that way for this batter, and you're going to walk 90 feet the other way for this next batter.
And he honestly, I think that the newer generations, the younger generations, they have zero attention span, and they can't enjoy a game that is slower paced, and they're not running people over like football all the time.
Has it also considered like the 3 true outcomes of batting, where you have a walk, a strikeout, and a homer, and there's nothing else really happening at the
Well, I
plate?
agree with that too. That's also been a problem as well.
that
That's an inherent
that
problem with the
hasn't
sport.
changed though.
It has. The 3 true outcomes in a game as a batter have like almost tripled. Like the amount of doubles and triples and singles that are being hit far lower when you're getting a walk, a strikeout, or a home run
Yeah.
almost half the time that people are coming up to bat, if not closer to 3/4. I can't
Wait,
actually
because
remember
pitching is more.
No, they actually.
The,
So
ri- the
I'm
rise
trying to
of the
understand
rise
the
of
argument here.
the rise of sabermetrics, because once
Yeah.
Moneyball rolled around and they were kind of like, so
Analytics,
what's the worst thing that can happen in an at bat? It's a strikeout, because you don't do anything, the ball's never put in play, you can't move anyone over even on a grounder, that's an out. What's a valuable thing that you can do if the pitcher messes up? You get a walk, you get a free base, you stay there, you can move on. What's the best thing you can do? A home run, because you can never be called out for it. And so they focused on avoiding strikeouts as batters, getting walks and hitting home runs, less hitting for percentages and the rest of it. And then as pitchers, they focused more on strikeouts.
and
So
walking.
you're saying there's less excitement because there's more walks?
There's more, but it's all of these things that's happening at the plate. There's no other exciting runs. You're not watching someone move
He's
from
saying
first
like
to third
rather
on a
than like
single.
seeing a lot of doubles or singles or triples.
right,
Like
so
you're
other-
only-
Ichiro's players like that aren't around.
They're
Oh,
focusing-
remember Ichiro? I loved him. He was amazing.
and they're not valued because these players now are seen as, well, can you get on base? Can you hit home runs? Can you score? The numbers kind of ended up sucking the joy out of the sport, where people want to see
Is that
something
true,
exciting happening.
There's less balls put in play now than there have been in the past.
Well, yes, but also a huge part of that too is that the shift has killed that, because the shift became. I'm a big proponent of
I
limiting
know
the
what you
shift.
think
Ban the
about the
shift.
shift.
Ban the shift.
I don't think they should ban it, but I think they should limit it, because other sports have limitations where they can put their players too. I think that you should limit it, but still allow them to do a little bit of shift. But the shift has, like last week, there was a game where they had 4 outfielders in the field against Mike Trout. I mean, he had a home run, because that's what he had to do. So he hit a home run anyway. And I think like players now realizing like, well, they're going to play to my strengths and weaknesses to the extreme. So I just have to hit a home run, walk, or strike out. And that's what it is.
It's
So that's
also-
why
I
strikeouts
mean, a
are up.
home
and-
run sounds exciting to me.
Yeah, but what if it's constant? It used to be more of a thing where it's like, oh yeah, I hope this happens in this specific instance. Now it's just a bunch
It
of
does
solo
happen
home
a
runs.
lot.
Yeah.
It happens a lot.
Also, pitching has continued to get better. The balls that
Oh,
they
yeah.
put into play, the juiced ball stat of they've tried
Yeah,
to
and
juice the home
ball
run
spin
numbers.
has been insane.
Yeah,
Like
exit
Trevor
velocity.
Bauer.
Oh yeah, they're doing all of this and
Yeah.
yelling at the rest of it. So baseball has inherent problems that they're trying to solve, such as like the number of pitchers and how many batters each pitcher must face, because it used to be a parade of lefty, righty, lefty, and just moving through these things.
So you're thinking baseball is now worse because they've applied a lot of math to baseball.
I wouldn't even call it worse. It's just that baseball's fixation has now trended towards numbers, not just on the field, but off the field. If you're looking at your payrolls, the Devil Rays for many years, I mean, even last year, made the World Series, third lowest payroll in baseball. They're proud of not spending money on good players. They sold their best pitcher after making the World Series, and he was only making like $15 million a year, which is
dump their players,
a bargain. And it's just, again, the focus on running a sports franchise as a business versus a philosophy. A philosophy of just, I'm going to dump money into this, we're going to win. The Dodgers. We want you to be proud of this. Like the Phillies have gone half in on that. We got Bryce Harper. Great. We're going to lock up Nola. Great. What about the rest of the team? I'm not sure if we want Didi Gregorius. I'm not sure if we want competent rest of the team. They stopped there. They're like, oh, now it's a business. Can't not make as much money as last year.
I'm going to interject because I'm pretty sure Tommy's in a coma right now. I was keeping an eye on him just to make sure.
See how he's doing?
Yeah, but I was we're getting really it's getting really close. It's like
Tommy, count to 4.
4.
Tommy,
That's all right. The power of 4.
Wow.
Tommy, what's 4 squared?
16.
Bam.
That's it.
There he's back. He's back.
All right.
But yeah, there's a lot of problems with baseball. Pat Burrell being chief among them, but there are also a lot of other things.
I don't want to hear that.
Jason
That's
Worthless.
that's what we're gonna end on. Pat Burrell among them.
But
That's it.
we do have greater things to
move
argue
on.
about.
I liked
move
his
on.
next topic a lot.
Yes.
I'm
we
excited.
gotta go next topic because we're running out of time.
No,
Okay.
the next topic is even more controversial because it's so fun.
I actually really like this idea. So why don't you go with it because I think you should.
So I have noticed, guys.
You like that? That was my reason.
I have noticed, guys. There have been some movies out
You're
there.
a noticeable guy.
You are.
You can notice me somewhere.
Yeah, in
you know,
the
like
mall.
Yeah.
if you've seen me before, you see me
Yeah.
come and you're like, oh, that's Rich.
I saw you at Forever 21 Men the other night.
Yeah.
I noticed you.
I was in there once, and they had
Steve,
the
are you
men's
aware that
section
that
was
existed?
like an eighth
Of
of the
what?
store.
Forever 21 Men.
I was very upset by that.
No. Had no idea.
Okay.
Now, anyway, something that I've noticed is that oftentimes what happens, movie comes out, it's great, we like the cast. The next movie comes out, they recast somebody in a role, and I don't like the person that they've recasted. Case in point, Batman Begins, Katie Holmes playing Rachel Dawes. And then Dark Knight, all of a sudden it's Maggie Gyllenhaal. Don't like her.
Bruce, you
Nobody-
gotta come
nope.
rescue me.
I'd actually have been
Nobody asked
far
Maggie
happier.
Gyllenhaal to step in.
I would have been
Okay, maybe somebody did.
I would have been happy with Jake Gyllenhaal in that role. I would have loved that.
That would have been great.
If he had put on a wig,
He has
that would have been
experience
interesting.
No, just
type of
looking
thing.
like he
Oh, just
usually
looking
does.
regular?
He would have killed it. It would have been the world's greatest love.
Interesting.
That would be, yeah. So, like, I don't like that. What's some other ones, too? Like,
Jake Lloyd and Hayden Christensen. Should have been Jake Lloyd.
it should have been.
Could you imagine reversing them of
Oh,
like making
should've
Hayden
waited
Christensen act 8 years old and then making Jake Lloyd like portray someone who's like 21?
You in a chowy chowa. So, also, what was the other one I was thinking of? Oh, yeah, Iron Man. I thought Rhodey was so much better as what's his face. What's
Daniel
his
Day-
As
Lewis.
Don Cheadle.
No, I don't like that he's Don Cheadle now. I like the other guy.
Clarence Thomas.
Clarence Thomas.
No, that's
That's
not
the-
his name.
That's a Supreme Court justice
You're
for
getting
those
it
who
back
are
for
paying
last week.
attention.
Nice work, Steve.
You like that?
Yeah.
That did sound
It's
plausible.
close to his name.
It
That's
did
close
sound
to his name,
plausible.
isn't it?
It's something Thomas, I think, actually.
It might be, or I think it's like something like Clarence, like Lawrence, Barrence, Farrence, Kucherance,
Transference.
I
Transference,
think it's transference.
Jonathan Transference.
Terrence Howard.
That's
There it
See,
is.
Terrence.
It's Terrence.
Terrence Howard. I liked him a lot more than
Clarence
that
Thomas.
role. Yeah.
Very, very different people. For those who are not visually aware of this, they are incredibly different.
Yes.
Hey, you know, it'd be funny.
They actually are.
It'd be funny. What if we?
If we recast Rich on the podcast, I'd love that.
Yeah, who
would we recast? Yeah,
who would
who would
recast
we
ourselves
recast?
as?
like celebrity
gosh.
replacements
Yeah, celebrity
Of
replacements.
ourselves?
Oh man,
Oh, interesting.
that would be. I love that
Adam,
idea.
what you got?
I'm trying to think of someone who's uninteresting at this as
me?
I am. No, me.
Oh yeah, for you, that's yeah.
Like for you, you've been for many years. You're Hugh Jackman. You are a Broadway actor who's been
is
stuck
true.
in Philadelphia
This
and
is true.
found a woman and was unable to pursue his passions because you loved her dearly. You're Hugh Jackman. It's guaranteed.
I don't think that's Hugh Jackman.
Nope, that's you.
I don't think he.
Nope,
didn't
it's you.
pursue- He's a very accomplished.
Do they
actor.
have to be alive?
No,
No.
No.
We can do anybody.
John Candy.
For you,
Absolutely.
I'm just enjoying
John
you getting
Candy for you?
John
Yeah.
Candy getting played like a hand puppet.
personality wise, I could see that.
I mean, no, I think we're pretty different personality wise, but I just think he's hilarious.
He is hilarious. Yeah, I could see that.
Wait, so I'm. Yeah, but I'm not that hilarious. So maybe I should.
You are very funny, Steve.
You're funny, Steve.
Remember, you're the laugh track of the
Steve, it's
show.
okay.
Remember this.
funny.
Thank you.
You're funny,
Thank
remember?
Who's Adam?
Let me count to 4.
I only show up every so often. You don't have to
Adam,
recast me.
you'd be replaced by Leonard Nimoy.
Oh, there it is. Yes. There it is. I like that.
Absolutely, yes. So excited.
I can't do it. Can you do it?
Yeah, you're a Star Wars fan, so you can't do it. You
That's
didn't grow up
why.
doing it.
Yes, you're biologically incapable of doing
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, if you didn't do it when you were 4, you can't do it.
There's a chromosome for that.
Tommy,
It's a chromosome.
Tommy,
The Y chromosome.
No, the V
The
chromosome.
V chromosome. Ooh.
Tommy.
Oh, that's easy. Ed Sheeran.
Class 18 daydream.
How do you feel about this?
I
These
don't feel like Ed
these
Sheeran is
recent
that funny, though.
updates.
I don't like Ed Sheeran.
Okay.
No, that's true. Ed Sheeran wouldn't be a very funny replacement for you. We need a funny replacement for you, because you are kind of the lifeblood of the funny. Who's Mouth? The guy who plays Mouth.
What, the guy who plays Mouth?
Mouth in Happy Days.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the guy in
And Happy Days?
In Happy Days.
Ron Howard.
No.
That's Opie.
It's
Arnold Schwarzenegger.
it's
It's
Cunningham.
Harrison Ford.
It's Cunningham.
Randall Cunningham.
Randall
Randall Cunningham.
Yeah,
Angela
Randall.
Randall L.
Yeah.
I was going to go with Domhnall Gleeson from
Oh!
About Time.
I am all about that.
There
Who
you
is it?
go,
Domhnall
Domhnall Gleeson.
From what?
About Time is
Oh,
the movie
I love
That
that.
movie makes me sob.
I love that
is it?
movie. I was going to talk to
About
you about
Time?
that. And
That's
I
About
thought-
Time. It's a
That's
time
the best
traveling love
rom-com
story.
ever made.
I agree.
I've
I
never
love
seen
it.
that. I've
Rachel
seen him on-
McAdams.
It's very good.
It's so
Really?
Would recommend.
good.
I've
Oh,
seen
dude.
him
Would
on.
recommend.
Bill Nye.
That's who
So
I would
he's
have
in
said
the last.
yes on.
He's in the last
passing
Jedi.
with that. I think that was you.
as the dude.
I would not have called you Ed Sheeran.
He's in Black Mirror on an episode, I think, and then there's other stuff. Like
Yeah.
he's an English actor, I think.
Yes,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
a great. I,
an English
that's
with
great
a name like
replacement.
Domhnall, you have to be. You basically
Yeah.
have to be English.
You have to be
Yeah.
English.
Yep.
Otherwise,
It's
they
Bill
just,
Weasley, too.
otherwise they shoot you to Mars. Otherwise, they
Weasley.
just put you on a space.
Ron Weasley's
rocket.
oldest brother.
Who's that?
Domhnall Gleeson.
Yes.
He's in Harry Potter.
Yes, he is.
What?
Yeah.
Is he really?
Bill and Fleur.
That's him.
Yeah.
Oh
Are
wow,
He has
you
long hair in it.
serious?
Yeah.
that's crazy. I never recognized him.
Yo,
in
I
that.
didn't recognize him
That's,
either.
that's insane.
Did you ever see Ex
Yo.
Ex
Machina?
Machina.
Yes, great
Movie's
movie.
weird,
love
That is,
crazy.
Yeah.
that is weird.
Oscar Isaac is good.
Oh, he's great.
He
actor,
is.
yeah.
He's also General Hux in Star Wars.
We were just talking about that. Yeah. Yep.
So meanwhile,
Terrible
so now that
character.
we've recasted Tommy as General Hux, who do we recast General Hux as again?
In Star Wars.
No. We
Ed
aren't
Sheeran.
recasting
We're not-
terrible.
I
no,
forgot.
yeah,
You guys
we can't
don't
recast
You have to
terrible
recast a
movies.
good movie.
We're
you don't.
recasting
You,
a good movie.
You've refused to speak any more on the
recast-
sequel trilogies.
Recast
the
Top
Phantom
Gun.
Menace.
Recast Top Gun.
Top Gun.
No.
Do we just do a New Hope instead?
Oh yeah,
We could recast New
The
Hope.
Fugitive. The Fugitive.
Recast the Fugitive.
Recast The Fugitive.
easy.
Okay.
I didn't kill my wife. I don't care.
That's a great movie, man.
Right?
I love the Fugitive. There's not enough characters to recast.
true.
in
I was
there,
going to say
you know?
there's only
There aren't
two
a lot.
worth. There's only
Yeah,
two
yeah,
worth
it's
recasting,
Those
right?
action movies are pretty. There's not a lot of talking in that. Like
Yeah.
What other Tommy Lee Jones movies are there that you could recast?
He's in
Men
No
in
Country,
Black.
No Country
Yeah,
for
but
Old
there's
Men,
not
if
a
I'm
lot,
not
yeah.
mistaken.
No Country for Old Men.
Yeah.
Not enough memorable hard.
Anton Chigurh is in that movie. He is literally like it's a milestone of being great at acting.
I say we do the original Star Wars.
yeah.
Okay,
I think that's what we should
The
do.
original?
I think
And then
Yeah.
let's do a prequel to it. I think that would be funny.
A prequel?
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait, so 4 and 1?
Yeah. Let's do 4 and
Do
1.
that?
Start with
Okay.
4.
Okay.
that's easy.
Luke Skywalker.
Count to 4.
Luke Skywalker.
So are we doing this as trying, or are we
Oh, yeah,
trying
terrible
to?
casting.
Yeah, terrible casting.
So we're doing the producers level of we are going to make a flop.
yes.
Yeah.
So Luke Skywalker is Samuel L. Jackson.
we are going to
gosh.
ruin continuity and have a great time. You know what?
Even though he was in one already,
you know
Yeah,
what?
but it's just a different
it
role.
just
for
doesn't matter.
I'm just imagining all the lines. Now, Samuel.
You know what? Let's go with it. And if that's the case, I'm going to throw out my first one for Luke Skywalker. So we've done Luke. So Han Solo would then have to be Ryan Reynolds, and we're going to do R.I.P.D. again.
love it.
But in Star Wars,
That would be too good, though. Well, I think Ryan Reynolds could actually do that.
He
part.
can mail it in like a
Dang
champion.
it! Why
I
didn't
have-
he do Solo?
That would have been good.
He would have been
He'd be
really
too
good
old
at
though,
Solo.
probably for that.
There were so many
maybe.
people who could have done Solo.
Oh,
Look,
yeah, I
look,
heard.
we
I
found a
never saw
dude
it.
who
He would've
needed
been too
extra
old. He
acting
would've been
lessons
too
to put a passable performance by.
Yeah, that was
No.
awful.
That was not good.
When I heard that, I was like, okay, that's not a good thing.
All right,
to
Yeah.
It's
hear.
the most
Meanwhile-
boring performance.
And then you watch the performance and it's like, oh yeah, it's flat.
The only
Okay.
thing about that makes sense is that he kind of looks like the
I don't-
original Han Solo.
Yeah, that's it.
That's
Wait,
it.
Yeah.
So do we
See,
put
I don't
Hayden
even see
Christensen
that.
as
I don't
Han
even
Solo?
see
Do
it.
we drag him into the new millennia?
Oh gosh, no.
Oh,
Rick Moranis.
Samuel L.
Rick-
Jackson
Rick
and
Moranis,
Hayden
I'll take
Christensen.
that.
John Mulaney as Han Solo.
John Mulaney is Han Solo. And then I said,
Christopher,
I don't believe in the
Christopher
Force or any of those stupid things.
Christopher Walken as Grand Moff Tarkin.
Oh,
that was perfect.
You're gonna
That was a perfect
fire
John
the
Mulaney.
beam
Get
at
a fire one ready.
Alderaan, and we're gonna sail without him.
Hey, you gotta fire the beam,
that's really good. That's really good.
and you gotta fire the beam.
Does that mean that Oprah Winfrey is Emperor Palpatine?
What about
Oh, that would be pretty good. Yeah.
Unlimited.
About,
Everybody gets the Force.
how about John Krasinski as Obi-Wan Kenobi?
Okay, yeah, that'd be interesting.
Give him a little bit of like a white beard going on.
Yeah,
there.
I
I
can
feel
see
like he
that.
could do that though.
He actually could do that. That's,
That'd be interesting.
yeah.
I'd watch
That
it.
wouldn't be terrible.
It wouldn't be
That
terrible.
wouldn't be terrible. So
All right,
maybe not.
So we're gonna roll with that. So then,
What about
who's next?
I'm not sold on that.
what about
though.
Darth Vader?
Oh boy,
Somebody really short.
I know.
Yeah, that's what
I
I
was
was-
thinking of who played Harry Potter. I was thinking
Daniel
of,
Radcliffe.
but really like higher voice.
I actually
And
kind
he's
of,
like 5'3" or 5'4".
I kind of wanted Jackie
Oh my
Chan in
gosh.
that role to do his own stunts.
Ooh,
Just
yeah.
prosthetic limbs,
you
everything.
go.
Just him just jumping.
Seeing Jackie Chan's face in something would part of those roles would be better though. I feel like Jackie Chan in a role in that would be hilarious.
That's a good point.
Oh, who's the guy in the Social Network?
Jesse Eisenberg.
Jesse Eisenberg?
Yeah,
He is Darth Vader, or like Michael Cera is Darth Vader.
because they're basically like
the same. Yeah.
basically yeah. Michael Cera
They
as
are-
Darth
they-
Vader.
They are mostly interchangeable though.
Yeah.
What other characters? Oh,
Princess Leia. Are we forgetting there?
Ron,
and then
Ron
Chewbacca?
Livingston as Chewbacca.
Ron Livingston. I know that name. Who is Ron?
Office Space.
Hayden Christensen.
Oh,
is
yeah,
Chewbacca.
Okay.
I thought we already said Daniel Day-Lewis for that.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
I wasn't
Just
tracking.
kidding. Also,
Oh,
and Princess Leia. I'm feeling
No, this has to be something.
Kristen Wiig.
Yes.
That could be good.
Yeah, or Melissa McCarthy,
Yeah,
Amy
like that.
Schumer.
Amy Schumer.
that'd be good.
yeah,
see that?
that would ruin it.
Could you imagine trying to do this movie as a comedy?
Oh man,
That's basically what this would end up being.
Lord.
Yeah.
No.
R2D2 and C3PO.
Ooh. C-3PO has to be somebody's. That could be good as Samuel Jackson, but somebody's voice is just ridiculous to be C-3PO. What's the guy that has the crazy voice? The comic. He's known for having a crazy voice.
What's he sound like?
like that? Like
You talking about the Geico dude?
No,
We're not. Thankfully, we're not talking about Dane Cook.
The guy who plays the bird in Cyber Chase?
Norm Macdonald.
Norm Macdonald?
No, it's not him. Oh,
Or the guy,
He'd be equally bad, but
who's the Gary Sinise? Is it
Gary Busey.
Gary Busey?
that could be good too. I could be Gary Busey.
Gary Busey.
I would not watch a second of
What
this
if
movie.
Donald Trump
I would
was
be
R2D2?
So out.
How about
Oh, wait a minute.
Steve Skull.
We're here on this one. It's going to be the best Jack import. I'm going to be the best
Have you
astromech
seen-
droid that I can possibly
Have
be.
you seen Darth Trump?
Yeah.
I do.
Oh, it's
It's
hilarious.
great.
I'm not
Yeah.
entirely sure I want to.
It's so funny. Comic with crazy voice. I don't know. if it's
Comic
gonna
with
find-
crazy voice.
Oh, Gilbert Gottfried.
Oh,
That's who I was.
Gilbert
The
Gottfried.
guy. That's what I was saying. That, no,
Wow.
not Geico. Affleck.
Oh yeah, Affleck.
Not-
Yeah,
yeah, Affleck.
yeah, that would be good to see.
But he got fired from that. 'cause
I would not want to
He
watch
did.
a
He's an idiot.
second of this
Yeah.
movie.
Yeah.
I would not pay. I would demand a
Gilbert
refund
Gottfried.
for the movie I have not seen.
No.
so maybe
It should be a stimulus check. You
For
should
the
send
f-
money out to America after you
for the
make
Phantom Menace, let's actually recast it as like, what if this was a good movie?
that.
Oh yeah,
we're
that would
trying
help.
here.
Ooh,
Yeah.
That
I
would
like
be good.
that.
Okay.
So we leave Ewan McGregor alone, right?
Yeah, because he's actually
Absolutely.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do we leave Liam Neeson alone?
Oh, that's a good question.
That's the thing, because there's some good actors in it. They just had terrible
That's the thing.
scripts.
They have
Yeah, it
great
was-
actors
yeah,
in it,
that's
I
right.
guess.
Who do we cast as Jar Jar Binks? Because we need to get this in
Nobody.
here.
Yeah,
because
I-
he shouldn't have been in
I
it.
feel like we just.
Hey.
Well, no, it could still
Important
be.
role?
It could still be Ahmed Best, but as himself.
I will say, young Anakin Skywalker, Haley Joel Osment.
Haley Joel Osment.
Who's that?
He's the kid from Sixth Sense.
Sixth Sense.
That would have been so much better,
Yeah.
right?
Absolutely.
Because he's kind of supposed to be playing like an Omen child anyway.
Are we going?
Okay, so I love Natalie Portman, but I think she's terrible in that movie.
I agree.
Yeah.
Yes. Britney Spears.
I love it. I love it already.
Other way, Rich. Other way.
Yeah. We got to go the other way with it.
Oh yeah. That's right.
Okay, a better Amidala. Huh.
A better Amidala.
How can you convincingly fall in love with a 9-year-old?
You know, Keira Knightley actually played one of the handmaids. She actually would have been really good
Yeah,
as
she would have been better.
Amidala.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She played one of the handmaids.
She played one of the
Well,
handmaids.
she played
That's
Amidala
interesting.
half the time, I guess, right? Like,
Well, right. So she was actually in as the disguise as being
She
the queen.
was.
Yeah.
That was
Yeah.
Keira Knightley.
yeah.
It
I'm
was.
actually a bit mad that we didn't get this cast
know
of movie
that.
because it doesn't feel
Yeah.
that far off from
Wow.
doing things.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
Just like
Are we
a
going
little
to-
tweaks.
Are we going to
would
recast?
have actually
Darth Maul was
made
fine.
things figure out.
Ray
Yeah.
Fisher does a great job as,
Oh my
as
God.
Darth Maul.
He says all of
Ray
Park.
Park.
Ray
I want to say Ray Fisher. Who's Ray
I
Fisher?
don't
He's
know.
a
Fisher Price.
cyborg.
Fisher
in,
Price.
No, he's cyborg in
That's
Justice
right.
League.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So do we bother touching on like recasting Watto?
Oh, yeah. Well, no, he's fine. I don't
Yeah.
mind Watto.
Man,
I don't
there's-
mind
it
Watto
shows
either.
how close this movie
It
was.
really
to
does.
being
It's
good.
true.
What about
it was.
what about Boss Nass? Do we leave him alone too?
Big Daddy Boss Nass.
Yes, the
I
big
feel
dad,
like
the
you
big
get
dad
rid of-
booty daddy.
Do you think we just
You
needed
rid
to
of
get
the
Gungans out of the
Gungans
movie?
are out. Yeah.
No Gungans.
Yeah. It's just
Yeah,
like
Gungan should be gone.
this indigenous
Gungan
tribe.
styled out of here.
Ahmed Best is a part of this. As the character is a part of this indigenous tribe on Naboo, and they're separate. That's
Yeah.
all you had to do. That's all you had to do.
Yeah.
That's all you had to do.
Not
Do
as
you
if
have an issue with Viceroy and
Seems-
Gamray?
wait,
yeah,
we can
those
change the
guys need
plot
to
points.
change.
Do we?
Queen Amidala herself.
Maybe
really
have
good.
their mouths open.
Yeah. So, oh yeah, maybe we should have their mouths open.
Oh yeah.
It's Queen Amidala herself.
Yeah, no much.
Oh my God.
Going one step further, then what do we do to change the plot? Do
They're
we,
coming through the ventilation shaft.
Jesus.
Where are those Droidicons? What'd you say, Adam?
Kind of all these bad lines in that movie.
No, I'm
will
currently on a
make it
rabbit hole I didn't want to go
legal.
down, but it's still fun.
That's good.
Because I was going to say, do we end up having to
it legal. He's really good at that.
do we redo the whole script to get rid of like trade negotiations
Oh,
yeah,
in its
you got
entirety?
to. Yeah.
What exactly do we put in its place? Because it's so dumb it works.
Yeah, it's true.
It's
Yeah.
kind of like, you know what happens? We're going to blockade a planet.
I hate that part.
Which part? All of them?
The very beginning to the very end of that movie. Well, the lightsaber fight.
The
is
pod race. The pod racing was fun.
Blockade.
Man, this makes me want to watch it again and just make fun of
too.
it. Man,
Like the plot to me still seems solid. It's just how it was written, how it
poorly
was shot.
executed. Yeah.
It was really poorly executed.
Mm-hmm.
The shots were pans that like there was no excitement or not excitement, anxiety to the fact that there's an invasion happening.
Yeah.
Like why are we not more fearful of the fact that these guys are invading this planet?
Well, you
Because
should
we
be,
only-
Steve,
And
because
it's just
they're
like
very
pan
dangerous.
shots of like things like dropping down to the planet. It's like,
Well, we only saw
Yeah.
okay, I guess we're just arriving here.
Yep.
we only
We're on
saw
vacation.
We only saw
What?
25 people in Naboo itself.
You
Yeah.
must
Everyone's
contact
gone.
me.
There's
Yeah.
no one
Must
there.
contact
Nobody's
me.
in.
Oh, please
in
don't
Deep
invade
Palace.
our abandoned village. What are they trading if this is the case? Like,
Yeah.
what was valuable about it?
That's true. What were they trading?
We have 20 soldiers and a queen.
That's suspicious.
Yeah.
Don't be suspicious. Don't.
Would you
be
have gotten rid of
suspicious.
pod racing?
No. Pod racing is
Absolutely not.
awesome.
I think that was cool.
Absolutely not.
I think
Pod
that
racing was cool.
It was just,
Absolutely
you
cool.
know, the,
What do you think they would have put there if they didn't do pod racing is my fear.
Oh, yeah.
What would George Lucas have thought of if he was like, you know what, instead of pod racing, what's the
would've been
next
worse.
best
It
idea?
absolutely
pod
would've been
racing.
worse.
I really wanted
It's
that.
tauntaun sledding. I'm going to spoil it for you.
I like that. That's that takes it the other way. Yeah. I thought they smelled bad on the outside.
stay in that cockpit. But I stay in that cockpit.
Now just imagine that he's in a tauntaun when he's saying that. You're like, stay in that pouch.
Feel, don't think.
I don't want to be feeling the inside of this tauntaun.
Who would you
thank
recast? Who would you recast for Hayden Christensen's role, though?
Hayden Christensen's perfect. I'm not
so
sure
we're
what you guys
talking
are
about
talking
in
about.
2 and 3.
Yeah.
In the second and
Who
third
do you
ones?
just that
Ooh.
character? Who do you recast? Who would do a really good job?
Joaquin Phoenix.
Interesting. A little bit of Joker,
What about Adam Driver?
Joker-esque there.
Maybe he could play. I mean, Joaquin
Yeah.
Phoenix though is just a phenomenal actor. Like he could
Yeah.
have done.
I think Kylo Ren would have been a great Anakin Skywalker.
Adam Driver.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably much better than Kylo Ren.
I could see that.
Yeah.
It has to be
He was
somebody
also a good
who
Kylo Ren, but he would have been a better
It would-
Steven
Anakin
Tyler
Skywalker.
from Aerosmith.
Yeah, be like,
they'd have to be able to project.
Could you have imagined?
He
the,
wakes up in the suit.
yeah. Could you imagine the Pepsi commercial music video we would have got from that?
I love Aerosmith.
Yeah, man.
Yo,
Great
I want to
band.
listen to Aerosmith.
Yeah, me too.
Ben Affleck for Obi-Wan. That's what I've got.
That was the Ben Affleck who was doing
In episode
who was doing
4.
what? Giggly or
No, I'm
Jiggly?
kidding. No,
At that
that's
time,
That's
He was
making
doing
it go the other
Daredevil.
way.
Oh,
Yeah, sorry,
yes.
I went back to
Then that
episode
makes
4.
sense. Yes, that
Yeah,
makes
yeah,
sense.
yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm just thinking like Liv Tyler, and then I was thinking Armageddon.
and
Zac Efron.
Steven Tyler to Liv Tyler.
and Lando is played by Kevin Hart.
Yo, I like that. Yo,
I like Liv
And then-
Tyler's in some
and
good
then
movies.
and then
She
who,
is, yes.
and then
Wait,
who's The Rock playing? Because The Rock has to be in the
That's
movie.
the question.
Oh, yeah.
The Rock is the Rancor in
Yeah.
episode
No.
6.
Yo, I would see that.
Like CGI'd, like huge, like but it's just him.
Yeah, Luke.
Can
Luke
you
just
smell
runs
what I'm
under.
cooking?
Luke just runs underneath of him.
Yeah. Luke, played by Samuel L. Jackson.
Samuel L. Jackson murders the Rock.
I'll go to the Tashi station and pick up some power converters.
I'm gonna go and pick up some power converters.
Is he Christopher Walken now?
Oh, yeah, that's true. They kind of meld a
Yeah.
little bit there. Yeah.
Oh, Queen Amidala? Brie Larson.
Oh, that would not be good.
Interesting.
No, I think she'd be good. I think Brie
Oh.
Larson.
Oh, that's right, because she's inconsistently good. That's
Yeah,
true.
it's true. Well, if we're just we
That's
need
true.
we talked about
We
Captain
did talk
Marvel.
about this. We talked about it.
We did. We talked.
We talked about it.
We talked.
Yeah.
We're running out of time.
Guys,
Yeah.
this was so much fun. Adam,
Adam, thank you so much.
no thank you.
I love you.
I thank you double because Rich took his thank you back.
It's going to be that time, guys, where we...
Oh yeah, here we go. Here's our
Since the Oscars didn't play anyone off, we will hear.
jazz outro.
We had so
jazz.
much fun. But it's time to leave. It's time to go. I'm switching to Elton John.
It's fine.
It's time to go because we're running out of time. Time. It's the time to run out of time. That was the best close.
Wonderful.
To the podcast
That was
ever.
wonderful.
That was awesome.
Adam, would you like to plug anything before we go?
I had a bunch of things to plug, but I'll simplify this for the sake of time.
Please.
I do have a friend, Amber Ramparose. That's RAMBHAROSE. She is a freelance writer who traditionally freelances for glamour.com. She has 2 excellent articles that she wrote. The first one is on the nerves and kind of the general situation of Emmanuel Acho being appointed to be the host for Chris Harrison's role in The Bachelor and why that scares her, of whether they're going to be using him as a black figurehead to cover over problems. And secondly, on the issues of Meghan Markle escaping the royal family for herself as a biracial woman and kind of the things that you have to struggle with in terms of a white partner and the rest of these things. So Amber
lot of words.
Ramparoses...
It's a lot of words.
Yeah.
So Amber Ramparoses
Okay.
articles on glamour.com. Definitely check her out. She's also on Instagram at Ambee, A-M-B-E-E, Dexterous, D-E-X.
That's funny.
Oh, I like that. I like
That's
that.
great.
That's a nice little.
That's great. I like that. Cool. Awesome. Well, thank you, Adam.
Also, podcast-wise, Tim Brooks, I should say that.
Tim Brooks.
I'll
Brooks.
talk-
We
I'll
had him
talk-
last
Tim
week.
Habakkuk
Yep.
Brooks.
He was on last week. I'll talk if you listen. If you're good, if you're in the mood for a good podcast, definitely give him a listen as well as here, and definitely subscribe to this podcast as well, so you don't miss any episodes coming out in the future.
Boom.
Wow, I think we just hire Adam.
I agree.
Yeah, Adam.
Yeah.
Adam's now the producer.
Yeah.
Let's
I
get
agree.
some meatball parm from Wawa. What do you say?
Let's do it, guys.
Yo, I'm gonna go get some.
I actually want a meatball sub.
I'm gonna get
from
it.
Wawa.
I'm gonna get. You
haven't-
just said it. I'm gonna get it.
I haven't
That's
eaten
what's
since
gonna
breakfast.
I'm gonna make it right now.
I am.
I'm gonna make
here
it
to
right
go
now.
get something.
happen. There we go.
Yeah.
Okay.
Actually, I'm close enough. I'm probably just going to go get wings.
Good night.
Good night, guys.
Good night.
Good night, guys.
Good night, guys.
Jazz hands.
Thanks so much for listening to the How's This Good for Anybody podcast. We certainly hope it brought you laughter, joy, and sadness.
And thank you to our guest, Adam Bender.
Please be sure to like, share, and subscribe to us on all of our social media platforms. If you're not sure if we're on it, just search us. That's HTG4A or at How's This Good for Anybody podcast. See you next week.